So we find these are really fun, and casual players can really immediately get the disc guidance. A little bit more on the hardcore side is our whip weapon, and this is the first time we're showing the whip weapon in public. We're going to use Jak as an example. Every character, all three large characters that you can use, have a different whip weapon with different special attacks and different abilities. Jak's is kind of a sort of a ball and chain with a little sort of an energy ball and chain. In this case, it's kind of like a melee weapon, so you can use the wand controller to move your arm pretty much in any direction you want as quickly as you want, and the whip will follow. So, you know, a lot of people say waggling is a problem, but in this case, it's actually a valid strategy. If you're willing to expend the energy to just go completely crazy with the wand controller, your character will match that on screen, and you'll actually do a lot of damage to your enemies. But if you take a more tactical approach and, you know, pull the trigger on the wand and flick the controller at a specific target, the ball will travel out, hit the target squarely in the head, and come back and do a lot more damage. So it's kind of your choice. Do you want to sweep across a whole bunch of guys to you know, kind of clear a space around you, or do you want to target one specific guy for like a more devastating attack? The effects on the whip are a little bit preliminary, which is why we're not kind of doing it hands-on yet at the show. But you kind of get the idea. It's really the goal is, like, whatever you're doing with the wand, even if it's like crazy fast or, you know, whatever, the character on screen tries to match it. So you really always kind of get that one-to-one feeling that you're looking for. In this particular mission, Woody's goal is to survive waves of enemies, and you can see on the upper right it's kind of ticking down the number of enemies you have to survive to complete the wave. And for every wave you survive, you get a higher medal when you finish the level. So you can maybe not reach the entire end of this mission, but still get a bronze medal at least and be able to go on to the next missions. And in keeping with the franchise, there's a lot of destructibility, a lot of hidden objects. In this game, you're collecting crystals. You see blue crystals flying to the character. That's pretty much the equivalent of the Ratchet and Clank bolts, or the Dark Eco in Jak and Daxter, or coins in Sly. So we kind of took those three and we kind of consolidated into one brand new type of collectible. Those collectibles will charge your special character abilities. Each character has a different ability that they can trigger when they've collected enough crystals, and it varies greatly depending on the character what that ability does. We also have enemies and locations taken from the franchises. You can see we have Deathbots. We've got this particular level takes place in Paris, which is from Sly, and we're running around with Jak. So we've got all three franchises kind of all melded together right here. Lots of physics, lots of destructibility, and every time you destroy something, that's actually earning you more crystals. So crystals are driving your score, driving your chargeable abilities. You've also got a shield that you can use when you have incoming projectile attacks on your move button. So it's a pretty involved melee system and whip system. Definitely, you know, it's trying to bring in the casual gamers as well as the more hardcore gamers that are looking for a more in-depth challenge. So he survived 2 waves. He's got the silver medal in the bag. Now he just has to navigate through this little house, pick up some health on the way, and finish the last wave. So those are 2 levels from PlayStation Move Heroes. We're also showing 4 other playable levels from Tokyo Game Show, and the game will be out first quarter of 2011.